If you live through this, you get one more chance. 5 million or Toby takes a permanent nap.
Jay.
Run a profile on this woman. Her name's Mary Flynn.
Sure. Is she in some kind of trouble?
It's the Joker. And maybe more. Something about this woman doesn't add up. I'm gonna work on the obstacle course. Run Alfred's training program for me.
Sure thing.
Good evening, Master Bruce. I hope you're managing to scrape by despite my absence. I took the liberty of recording one of our training sessions. Trust you will find it useful. We'll begin with a bit of bat grapple training. If you'll be so kind as to activate the grapple. Very good, sir. Once the grapple is aimed at a suitable target, the crosshairs turn red and you may fire at your leisure. Of course, you're still free to move about while the grapple is activated. When the cord has entirely retracted, the grapple will automatically release. I'd strongly suggest retrieving your equipment from the higher platforms before we continue with training. You've uncovered some back cuffs. Well done. A little restraint can go a long way. You can avoid a fight altogether by sneaking up behind an adversary with a pair of cuffs. Also, by leaving him cuffed once you've knocked a criminal down, you can be sure he won't come back to pester you. Good batarangs. Of course you know how useful they are. Much better for disarming an enemy than knocking him out. Of course, with a little diligence and a handful of batarangs, you probably could render a grown man unconscious, but it is a bit wasteful. Very good, sir. You may want to use your cape for the return to ground level. By stretching it taut, you can glide quite a distance. Good show, Master Bruce. We'll move right along now to the use of the batarang. To strike with enough precision to knock a weapon from a man's hand, you'll need to take careful aim. With a little practice, you can strafe around your target without losing your aim. Once you have your target in your sights, the crosshairs turn red. You can practice your aim on these posts. Aim for the bullseyes. Very good, Master Bruce. Perhaps now we should brush up on your fisticuffs, as it's so often the only common language between criminals and justice. Of course, you have a wide variety of the martial arts at your disposal. Perhaps you could practice a few attacks on the training post. You may find some of your opponents a smidgen more clever than a metal post. A healthy defense will make sure you're still standing after your opponent has been defeated. There are few men in the world as skilled in as wide a variety of martial arts as you, Master Bruce, but there is only so much you could practice at home. Nicely done, Master Bruce. But fighting is not always the healthiest option. As you well know, with deep shadows and a little caution, you can slip past most opponents without resorting to your fists. If you hug the walls, you'll have a better chance of staying in the shadows and out of sight. By staying close, you can peer around corners without revealing yourself. A little foresight and a batarang or two can be a striking combination, as you can take aim around corners without revealing your position. Let's try a small test. Use your stealth skills to slip past this sentry post. If you can turn it off by the switch on the opposite side of the room, you'll have beaten the challenge. Terribly sorry, sir, but the object of the exercise is to avoid detection. I'm afraid you'll have to begin again. Terribly sorry, sir, but the object of the exercise is to avoid detection. I'm afraid you'll have to begin again. Very good, sir. We'll move on to one final training sequence, this one to perfect your free fall. The challenge is to use your cape to slow or speed your fall as necessary. Trust yourself to grapple back to safety before you reach bottom.